Good evening. So I just finished 24 hours of my 48-hour fast, and I wanted to jump on and give you all an update. I absolutely feel awesome. I feel incredible. I don't have any fatigue. I don't have any headaches, no stomach pains, no growling. However, I do want to be upfront with you. I have been living a keto lifestyle since 2018, and because of that, my appetite has changed considerably. So, although I used to be one of those people that if I didn't have my 3 meals a day, I would become a tyrant, full of hunger, full of crankiness. I don't get that any longer. So, after a few weeks of being keto, I did start to notice that my appetite changed. So, that helps when fasting. If you are into intermittent fasting or if you're into extended fasting, whichever, I just wanted to give you a little update on how I learned about fasting. So I learned about fasting with Dr. Jason Fung's book, The Ultimate Guide to Fasting. And then I followed that learning up with Dr. Ken Berry's YouTube videos on fasting, what breaks a fast, and the benefits that I can get from fasting. So with those things in mind, I decided to start fasting a few months ago. And it was very odd for me because, like I said, I used to be like, I need to eat, I need to have my food. So some of the things that I learned to do is just keep yourself occupied, obviously. But another thing that was surprising is you don't realize how much you focus on food, focusing on mealtime. So for instance, I'd wake up in the morning, I'm having my coffee, I need to go eat. No, you don't. It's out of habit that I'm eating because of the time of day. So I noticed that after a few weeks of eating keto, I would notice that I wasn't hungry until about 3 p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which my lunchtime is anywhere from 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. So not being hungry at all with no breakfast was surprising. Obviously, the bonus is no eating. You are going to lose weight, but the awesome effects it has on your body is so much better. The weight loss is typically only a bonus because all of the great things that come from fasting is really why I do it. So, for instance, I'm at the 24-hour mark right now, and I'm in deep ketosis. I'm at 2.05 ketosis, or that's my ketone level. I checked on my Keto Mojo. My autophagy has begun, which is a rejuvenation, of cells. So my body is starting to rejuvenate my blood cells and attack the cells that are linked to Alzheimer's disease and other diseases. It really tries to just rejuvenate me, gives me more energy. I feel my metabolism is like doing much better after an extended fast. Also, fasting gets rid of the excuses. So I can't do it. I've never tried it. Oh, I'm going to have a headache. Oh, I might die if I don't have my 3 meals. I might be mean to people if I don't eat. Honestly, none of those things are true. They are truly excuses. I would recommend not starting out with a large fast. So if you're not used to fasting, I would recommend that you start with a 16-8. So what that means is you will have 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window. So for instance, a time frame can be 7 p.m. at night would be your last meal. After your last meal, you're welcome to have a no-calorie tea, maybe a black tea or water until bedtime. And then you'll go to sleep, and you'll probably sleep the 8 hours, hopefully. And if you do, when you wake up in the morning, go ahead and have your morning water, have a black coffee if you can. Typically, though, it depends on the fast that you do. So if you're doing a water fast, then again, you want to stick with just water. If you are doing a fat fast like I do, then you can have a black coffee with pure fat in it. or you could just stick to black coffee. So, again, I'm doing the fat fast. I started out, I would say about a few months ago doing the 16/8 because it was just easier for me to do that. Then in my eating window, I would have a small lunch and then I'd have dinner with my husband. So I was finding that I was already down to 2 meals a day based on the way the hours worked for my fasting. Then I started out doing 18/6. So I went 2 more hours of not eating. And then on the weekends, I noticed that I wasn't hungry at all. So I'd get up, I'd go run errands, do whatever I needed to do, spend time with my husband, whether we were out together or I was out running errands. And by the time I'd realize, it could be like 4 p.m. and I wasn't even having my first meal yet. So again, those are types of benefits that you will have with fasting. It really helps you to retrain your body, retrain your brain, not to focus on food and food meal times based on habit. So those would be some of my tips. More tips that I have for you is buy frozen vegetables. Buy frozen vegetables to help you not waste. I'm heavy meat keto, so that means that I can have a meal with just meat only and be fine. I don't need to have vegetables to feel like I'm having a full meal. And that again happens with fasting. You're not as hungry as you once were. So I'm looking at my notes here, so sorry. So what I find is one of the benefits of buying frozen is I don't throw away vegetables. At the end of the week, I wasn't being able to cook faster than my vegetables would go bad. So I buy frozen vegetables like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, those types of things, and just keep my freezer full. When I do go to the grocery store, I buy family meals packs, which are the bigger meat packs. It's just my husband and I here at the house. But what we do is we buy a larger pack of meat, whether it be chicken, whatever it is, and then we come home and get our Ziploc bags out or our storage bags, the vacuum kind, and proportion all of the food. So say we buy 2 giant packs of chicken, then we will portion out for 2 of us. And that helps you save money, it saves time, and it saves not having food go bad. So that's another thing. I find that the brain focus for me, the mind clarity, is the absolute favorite benefit of fasting. I have a job where I need to be focused. I work with a lot of numbers and things like that. So I need to make sure that what I do is never compromised. So my brain is always, working. I try to multitask a lot, and thankfully with the ketogenic lifestyle, I've been successful thus far. And again, the whole thing of stopping focus on food, meal times, and buying meals on the go, those things kind of stop because you're not hungry. So I don't drive by, let's see, where do I drive by? So I don't drive by an In-N-Out, which is a famous burger place here in California. It's literally around the corner from my house. So I don't drive by it any longer and think, oh, I need to have something to eat because it's mealtime. Or, oh, I smell the onions from down the street, so I better go get something to eat. You're just not hungry. Your mind is being utilized in other areas and other ways, and it's so beneficial. So again, I don't know if I'm sounding like I'm rattling or not. I'm just trying to share with you. I'm still drinking my evening coffee. I use my frother so that the coffee doesn't look crazy with all the fat floating on top. But this coffee has 1 tablespoon of omega-3 oils. It has 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, 1 butter, and a dash of real salt. It's absolutely delicious. This can be grazed over for another hour, I guess. But I am the type that I can drink coffee in the evening and still go to sleep at night. So if you're not, please stop your coffee by 3 p.m. and have maybe a hot tea. with the oils in it, and that would be better for you. When I do have my first meal tomorrow, again, 6 p.m. tomorrow will mark my 48 hours. I just want to make sure that I share with you what I do when I break a fast. I go slow. I am not famished. I am not starving. I am not focused for 24, 48 hours that this is the meal I'm planning and I'm going to eat it all. No. In fact, as I'm cooking, I may be having one hard-boiled egg, kind of like I'm snacking on it, just to get my stomach ready for my first meal. Your body has stopped eating for whatever time frame it is, so you want to make sure that you don't all of a sudden just eat a whole bunch of food and then feel sick. Eat until you're comfortably full and then step aside. Leftovers are a good thing. You can always freeze them. You can put them in the refrigerator for the next day's meals. But truly be careful on not outdoing whatever benefits that you had with your fast because you've overeaten or you've added sugars. Please, please remember that grains are not good for our bodies. And so don't pile on keto like bars, anything like that that you feel says keto so I can eat it. Just be careful. Check the ingredients. There's only 3 companies that I know of that I've researched. I've looked at their ingredients and they're good. I unfortunately can't buy those companies' items here locally, so I would have to go online and buy those things. So I just don't. I end up cooking, and for me, that gives me 100% satisfaction knowing what goes into my meals. So again, on your first meal that you're going to have when you break your fast, make sure that you're not adding grains, sugars, or high carbs. Go slow, enjoy your food. Make sure that you don't undo any benefits that you've had while fasting. Also, one more thing. As I started my fast, I stepped on the scale just to see where I was at, and I also did measuring with a measuring tape. That's another thing that I would recommend that you do if you are going to decide to do a extended fast anywhere after 24 hours. So if you're going to do a 24, a 36, a 48, or even a 72 hour, make sure you check both the scale and the measuring tape. If you solely focus on a scale, you may be disappointed because the body, can retain water. Other things may happen where the scale isn't budging and you feel like all of your efforts are in shame. But no, you have done remarkable. So be proud of yourself, get excited. You don't have to do 24, 48 hour fast. You do what's best for you and your body and what you feel you can handle. At any time, if you would like to join any of my fasts, what I normally do is use the Fast Life application. It's free. I have it on my Android phone, and I will log in and let everybody know when I'm fasting. So if you'd like the link, I'm going to go ahead and link it under this video. Look for or click on the link, and my team name is Team Empowered Keto. I also have a Facebook and a YouTube, and I'll put those links as well. I look forward to speaking with you again in my next video, and I hope to get that out maybe this weekend. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening, and a rest of your week. God bless you.